My name is Alex Warner. I'm a senior, and my major is in global studies. I'm a minor in law and society, and I'm from Califon, New Jersey, and Brussels, Belgium. So I was in ISEP, so it's usually an exchange one, but I guess nobody in Belgium wanted Americans, so it was more of a direct one than exchange. So I traveled pretty extensively. I worked as a basically camp counselor. I go to Costa Rica, to places in Europe, so I brought people in high school there. But this was the first time in a while I had more of the free reins in my travel, so it was nice having more opportunity to do what I wanted to do. So I've been trying to learn French for 8 years, but I'm not as far as I would like to be. And they speak not just French, but French is one of the main languages in Belgium. And I made some progress there. Again, not as much as I wanted to, but I was able to speak the language a little bit. It more reinforced what I already had in mind. I'm really interested in international law, just international anything, foreign policy, and that's why I went to Brussels, the EU capital and such. So it definitely, I got to stand in the EU Parliament building where all these decisions are made. I got to talk to MPs, members of Parliament there. So it was definitely, it was so insanely cool to actually talk to people who are doing what I dream to do in the future. So more of a reinforcement than a change, but yeah, it was cool. So at first I wanted to get my own apartment, then I realized how lonely that would be. So I switched it up, I did a host family. It was a beautiful family, a mom and 2 kids around my age. One was a little bit older, I think he was 23, and they were both in college. One was living in the house like the whole time. The other one came by every like 2 weeks to do his laundry, but he lived on campus more. But they told me all the cool restaurants, all the cool places to go. I felt 100% a member of the family. I still text them all. So it was nice coming home to somebody who cooked me a meal and wanted to ask me how my day was. Yeah, I called her mom. She was my mom for 6 months, and it was really, really nice. So they lived about 30 minutes of a tram ride to the school I was at, which was closer to the central spot, and I was around 25 minutes away from Grand Central Place. But it was I mean, with the trams it's all kind of easy. I was in a part of the town which was a little bit not as wealthy, but it was interesting to see the contrasts, and I came there to go see the different parts of the city, the different parts of the country, and I got that. Well, I had to commute. I couldn't just walk. I couldn't drive or walk because it was far enough, so I was sitting on the tram every morning, reading a book, and I felt very European in that regard, so that was very cool. I also, my host mom was vegetarian, so that completely changed my diet the whole time I was there. So my mom would have been proud of me for that. So I had that going for me. But the other changes were just cultural. I had not as much English, not as much trying to repress my dumb Americanisms as much as I could. But yeah, it's a lot of little micro changes that was just part of the day to day. I did a good amount of work. I was pretty busy. But when I did have free time, I basically tried to just hit a new country every weekend. I had a Eurail pass, so that really allowed me to travel a lot. It's a really, really cool program, and basically what it is you pay a one-time fee, and then you have a bunch of different programs that you could select. But it's basically how long are you traveling, and how many specific individual travel days do you want. And basically what it means is usually you have to individually buy every ticket, including connections. Sometimes it's the whole thing, but it gets really complicated. It becomes a lot of money, and Eurail is more. It's you gotta give a good chunk. But then the coolest part is you set these certain days, and any tram or train you use is covered that whole day. So I'd have days where I went from Brussels to Prague. It was like a 17-hour train ride, like 5-6 connections. It was all figured out. It tells you everything you need to know on like where you're getting off, where you're getting on, what time, all that stuff. So if you're really trying to get around and go wherever you want, if you're trying to use the trams and trains, it's a really good deal. went to Amsterdam. I went to multiple cities in Italy. I went to Cologne in Germany. I ended in London. I just made it my effort to hit as many different places as I could. So I went there to explore, and I explored. That's what I did, and I've made lots of good memories doing that. Really try. I would try and embrace the language more. I tried, but I'm just so. I just can't. I don't have the ear for it, so it was tough. I would definitely say try and speak the language. Try and encompass it into your day. I would also say get a host family because it's just so cool having. I have another family. I say that to people now. I have 2 brothers. I'm an only child. I have a new mom who still checks on me to make sure I'm eating. You know, it's such a good foot in the door to experience whatever city or country you're in. They told me exactly what pubs were cool, what restaurants had really good food, what was cool, what was not, what not to do. The what not to do's were almost as important as the to do's. That's definitely important, yeah. And just embrace the whole thing, you know. You really waste a chance if you go there and just go to McDonald's every day or something, you know. Just leap for it, I would say.